Welcome back to post-show headlines for Kincaid and Saltunis. You're not Saltunis.
No, I wish I was in Florida, but I'm in Ballackinwood.
Brendan Gunn in as a guest star today, wearing his T-shirt. I guess it's a T-shirt.
It's a great T-shirt.
It is a great T-shirt. I like it a lot.
Unless you ask Haley. She has no idea who they are.
Yeah, and that's my first question for you today. Remember, like, subscribe to post-show headlines. You never know what you're going to hear about. The talented Haley Taylor-Simon, who's like a little sister to Brendan Gunn, she looked at your T-shirt today, and she said, I don't even know the Outkasts.
Yeah, the true Philadelphia call-in radio kind of accent where you put on the S at the end. The Jeffries, the Outcasts. And she says, I never heard of that band.
The band.
The band?
That might have been the funnier part. Look, if the square white guy, the dad, knows all about Outkast, how does she not know that? What is the level of expertise, in your belief, that someone in my age group needs to know about modern music? Especially legendary.
Legendary, like an Outkast, stuff like that, you have to be well-versed on it, like a Kendrick Lamar, people that are making waves. But you don't have to get in the weeds of it.
No, you see, like you go down to second-level rap.
Yeah,
you're
out of it.
I'm out.
No,
like I'll hear a name and I might know it. But the legend, like if you don't know who Kendrick Lamar is, who I introduced at a concert once, I mean, if you don't know those names, I think that's malpractice.
No, it's terrible. And then you hear people like older people saying like, I don't care to know the modern day music. It's like you don't have to like it, but to not be well versed on it or just know it a little bit, especially in our jobs. Like if you were to get up there and say, I don't know who Kendrick Lamar is, you're going to get laughed at, right? Like you got to try to attack a younger audience. You can't lose credibility.
Okay, so what's something you think you don't know enough about?
What do I not know enough about? I mean,
a topic when you hear people talk about it, and you're like, I should know more about that. I'm going to tell you, for me, it's streaming shows.
Okay.
When I hear people talk about their streaming shows and what they're watching, I'm like, okay, I've streamed shows before.
That's a fair one, but I don't blame people for not knowing that. Like you have to go a million different directions these days.
Okay.
Like Apple TV, Netflix, Peacock, if you have that for the fills.
By the way, I heard if you buy the Apple TV, you can keep all the windows open.
That's cool.
Like tabs. I've actually thought about doing it, and then I saw the price of an Apple TV, and I croaked. I'm like, no, I can go for $300 and get a great TV.
Yeah, TVs are cheap these days.
Much cheaper.
Like, I don't know why you'd waste money on that.
So what do you got? Question number 2 for Brendan Gunn.
Yeah, so we were talking yesterday about headshots, and you were saying they used to have them in the radio industry all the time. So you've been in it for a long time.
8x10 glossies.
Yes. What's one thing you're happy went away in the industry, and what's one thing you're kind of sad went away as far as the radio industry goes?
That's interesting. One thing I'm sad has gone away is we used to be out and about
all the time
doing shows in the public. And in the radio industry, it's become much more scaled down. We did remote broadcasts everywhere. We did Thursdays and Fridays. We always were and I did afternoons for almost my entire career. We did Thursday and Friday afternoons always from a bar, restaurant,
yeah, see, that's fun.
A deck,
outside,
something outside and whatever. Now we do mornings with Kincaid and Saltunis.
Yeah, so it's a bit harder.
But I still wish I was sitting at the Lanark Diner with good Delco people.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought we were at
Silver Linings Playbook.
Right, exactly. I thought we'd be at Atlantic Diner. We'd be out somewhere about. I keep saying, hey, Captain Bill's. I would love to do every Captain Bill's down the shore.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Like
I get those spots.
Like not even just like a special occasion. I love that. Just getting out there and about like on a I know weekly basis is probably hard, but maybe once a month. You guys did it for a little bit. But it was here.
What am I glad went away though in the radio industry? Because I'm sad about that's sort of gone away. What am I glad went away? I'm going to say this. Proliferation of callers being so much of the show.
Yeah.
We love you who call in. We love you even more, those who text in. I'm being honest. We love you. We love hearing from you. But callers used to dominate, to me, too much of the medium. I actually enjoy listening to it more now.
No, 100%. I mean, when I was just a listener back in the day and it was the Kincaid show, I mean, that's what drew me into it because there was a very minimum callers and even less so now. I like to hear from the experts, right? Like I like to hear your guys' opinions on things.
He's very,
not so much Connor.
He's very loose with the term experts.
No, but like obviously the check goes another level. But we watch sports for a living. Like we watch every single play, every single pitch. And I like listening to some callers because some of them bring a different perspective. Sure. But sometimes they change the way the conversation is going for the worse.
I don't dig the same callers.
No.
Like I enjoy hearing, if you're going to hear from a caller, that caller calls the next week.
Because I don't like people, I mean, I'm sure they're fine people. I don't want to say that. I don't like when they call in and they think they're a part of the show. I like people that call on a whim because they like something they hear.
Right.
And that's when they're going to, add something new to it.
My least favorite caller of all time was, well, here's my Phillies point. Here's my Eagles point. Here's my Sixers point. No. You got to get a podcast, dude. You got to get a podcast. We got to be more focused than that.
And I'm sure you could be great at it.
Yes, you could be. Third question of the day. We are both Delco boys.
Yes.
Pika's is closing in Delco.
I know. My dad texted me right away.
I knew this was coming. I had heard this, got word that it was coming. That Pika's property,
it's huge.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be huge. Now, by the way, Pika's is not going away in Delco.
Yeah.
They're scouting out a new location, and they're going to open it up, a scaled-down version. A scaled-down version of Pika's.
Yeah, I wonder if it's going to be like a just pizza and not so much a sit-down restaurant.
I think they're going to try to copy Westchester, which, by the way, as I say, out in Westchester and out near Landview, you can't get in. You can't get into Pika's on a weekend.
No.
It's packed.
And they just have a conveyor belt of pizza. Like, it's just pizza.
So I bring you to this question. And by the way, Pika's come back soon in Delco. Everybody loves you, as two Delco boys can say. A place that closed or a place that went away that you miss, or something you did. And it could be anything. It could be a business. It could be a fast food. It could be that you used to have. When I was a kid in Delco, 2 different locations. One was in Newtown Square is the one we went to. We had a Roy Rogers.
In Delco?
Have you ever eaten at a Roy Rogers?
Only at on the stops. Yes, exactly.
Turnpike. We had a Roy Rogers in Newtown Square, right across, like right next to the Acme in Newtown Square. Yeah. It was right up there. I think it's a bank now. We had a Roy Rogers. Oh my gosh, it was awesome. I love the only Arby's I ever see is when I go down to the Eagles. Yeah. I take 322 down. It's like Arby's. I miss the roast beef option because I love I love Chick-fil-A, but I would like to have
switch it up a little bit.
The roast beef, well, first of all, it's better for you. After colon cancer, yeah, I can tell you. After colon cancer, lean roast beef is a choice even over ground beef.
Wow.
Lean roast beef. So think about that for your colon health. Damn. You have anything you think of?
Yeah. So, I mean, I grew up, Drexel moved. Sure. I was in Havertown a lot. Moved to Wallingford/Media.
You were more uppity there.
Yes, exactly. There used to be a Wawa on Providence Road. And it was there until I was a freshman in high school. It was the best. It was like the only store in the whole entire town of Wallingford.
It was like, yeah. And it was walk to for you?
Yes.
At the time? Or bike to?
Bike to.
Okay.
And it was a Wawa, but you could go there after school, before school, or whatnot. And that shut down my freshman year of high school. And they turned it into a rinky-dink knockoff.
Oh, no.
Wawa. It's terrible. It's no good. I'm going to spare them their name. I don't like it. If you like it out there, if you've ever been, it's fine. But I'll say the one thing. They did have a going out banger for that Wawa. Because anything that had Wawa on it, free.
It was free?
Iced teas.
That's even
all
better.
The Sizzlies they had to get rid of, so they put them in the boxes. They were free. But yeah, I miss having a Wawa because now I have to drive, an extra 5 minutes to downtown Media to get it if I'm back in my hometown. But
what's your fourth question of the day?
Yeah, so we all know I'm a Villanova fan around here. You don't like it.
Where'd you go to college?
I went to Temple. And I have a question.
I tell you, I'm a Hall of Famer at Temple. I want you disowned. I am going for his degree. I want it.
Listen, I love my degree. I love the Lou Klein College. I love it. I love it all.
Love the degree. Love it.
Love it. Fine institution.
It's a fine place.
But if I went to a UNC, a team that is quote unquote better than Villanova at basketball, would that be as much of a problem? Or is it a problem because Villanova is quote unquote better than Temple?
No, I think the problem is, and what Chunas and I constantly label him the absolute turncoat dork, is because of the fact that you're local.
Yes.
You're local, and you got parchment. You got parchment from a school. At that point, that's your school. That's your place.
I would feel different about it If I lived there, I took the train up,
Okay.
worked a full-time job, took night classes.
Okay, then here's where you're going to fall apart. Did you ever live at Villanova? No, you didn't. So I don't want to hear about this living. You're creating scenarios to try to justify your turncoat
No, if
behavior.
I was Ray Dunn, who was heavily involved in like extracurriculars, lived at Mr. Temple himself,
Right, he
I would
is.
probably been easier to switch over and be a fan. I didn't live that. Like your daughter's there every day.
Right.
She goes to the game. She gets to experience
Sure.
all that living there. I never felt that connectivity to it. So it was harder for me to change, and I didn't change. And I'm not even saying I would have changed. I feel like that maybe would have made it a
I
little
don't
bit
think you would have
easier.
changed. I'm going to get him a therapist. How about that as far as we round it out here? I was shocked yesterday when I saw the MGM Resorts casinos all around the Strip that the Eagles are still favorite to win the NFC, favorite to win the Super Bowl. Do you feel that has been the vibe around this city after all the departures of players? Because
No.
to me, I think people have felt more like, oh my gosh, what's Howie doing? Where are the players going?
No, I don't think it's been the vibe at all. I don't think most people even know that. I don't think they would agree with that. It's insane to me because it has been negative, but I think we're turning a chapter in the Eagles fandom kind of thing where we're the top dogs now. People are expecting to be the top dog. So anything
that.
that kind of takes you off of that, you're like, hell, we need to get a little bit better. What are we doing here? Sometimes you can't see the vision, right?
No, you can't.
They don't see the vision as a fan. Sometimes I don't see the vision. I was, pretty PO'd when they traded away C.J. Gardner-Johnson. A couple of days later, I understood what needed to be done because they weren't going to extend him next year. They needed to free up some money, even if it's not for this year. But I think that's what it is. I think people have the expectation now, we're the top dog, we're going to continue to go for it. And when you lose a guy that's going to be good for this next coming season, that's frustrating, but maybe it's going to work out down the line.
3-1 odds to return to the Super Bowl. That's really low.
Yeah.
In fact, it's amongst the third lowest odds that we've seen this century.
It's the perfect storm. Like you look around the NFC, we did the exercise today. There's not too many teams that scare you right now.
You got to win now. Here's the one thing in closing. That Detroit game is going to be huge. You're going to have to win that Detroit game because Detroit is 4-1. They're considered to be the second best team in the NFC. When you get Detroit at home, you got to win that game so you hold that tiebreaker.
And then you make them come back.
So then you hold the tiebreaker, so then they'd have to come back in the middle of winter,
Yes.
a dome team.
Jared Goff outside in January. Can it just be September already? I don't want to wish away Phillies
No.
or anything like that. But
We'll talk plenty of Phillies in the coming weeks. Brendan Gunn, where can people find you on the weekends?
yes, I will be on typically this summer 12 to 3. This coming Saturday, I'll be on 12 to 1:30 following Andrew DeCecco. So if you want to listen to him, as of course you do, stick around for me. I'll take you up to Connor Thomas on Saturdays.
So Saturdays.
Saturdays.
You're talking with, so it's Early Birds
Yes.
with Andrew DeCecco, which we named
He's got
today.
to have that name.
Then we've got you. Then we got Connor.
Yes.
That's pretty good. That's like the
Throughout
whole
the summer.
Kincaid and South Tunis show getting a lot of coverage there too.
I love it.
Hey, like, subscribe, be a part of the station, follow on social media. We appreciate you. We love you here. We'll see you tomorrow.
Hey guys, Andrew Saltunis from Kincaid and Saltunis. Thank you for checking out all of our stuff on YouTube. Make sure you click, like, subscribe on everything that you see. And of course, you can see everything from our YouTube feed. Full shows, interviews, when John's being an idiot, which is like 15 times a day. So make sure you check out all of our stuff on YouTube. We appreciate it.